What's happening, guys? My name is OTG and I'd like to welcome you back to Bianchi's Road to Red Bull episode number 12. And of course, in the last episode, we found out that Jules had got an offer from a brand new team. We found that out 2 episodes ago, and then we realised in last episode in Hungary that Jules was going to become Toro Rosso's new driver. So he qualified down in 18th, couldn't break his way into Q2. It was a very competitive qualifying once again. All of the cars, I'd say, from the Toro Rossos, Lotuses, Force Indias, the Mercedes were there, the Williams, all of them cars were battling it out, and it was very difficult for Jules to get in. And he's a very inexperienced driver. This is his first time driving around Spa, so every year it's going to be a new experience for him. So he'll just have to learn in that way. But there's a fantastic move by Jules, very confident going around the outside of the first part of a Rouge on Jenson Button. He's not got much curves left, he'll use the rest of it, but now he's going to try and pounce on Nico Rosberg, who is just ahead now. And you know, it's quite a weird circuit Spa, I'd say. I mean, the Toro Rosso has got absolutely amazing straight line speed, and we saw that in Hungary. It was very good at keeping up at the straight line speed and holding up the cars, and a track like Spa really should suit them. And normally you would see Jules just dropping off at this stage, but in this Toro Rosso he feels like he can be confident, he can compete with these cars, and we're seeing here that he has actually got some minor speed there, but he's trying to keep on the back of Nico Rosberg. He does go a little bit wide as Nico goes a little bit cautious into the brakes now, going into this sharp left-hander, the long left-hander that splits the first and the second sector, I feel. And now we're just going to go up. Jenson Button's closing behind Nico, but Nico's got a good enough gap, and then Jules just missing the apex, but he's going to revert the car around and bring it back so he can get the perfect line for the next corner now. Going through onto this the double right-hander, which will then lead onto the full power straight, kind of straight thing where you just got to keep up and just go as fast as you can. You can go fast around all of the corners. DRS normally in qualifying, but not in the actual race. But Nico is starting to pull away now, but we know that they're all going to start, they'll brake very sharply into the bus stop chicane because there's so many cars there. We can see 4 cars there, and Felipe Massa is one of them, and we need to get in front of Massa because Jules would like to beat Massa in this. But we're going to pick our rival after this race, but we'll find out who his rival is tomorrow in tomorrow's race at Italy. But there's Jules going up the inside of Nico, getting the curb a little bit, but that's a fantastic move up to the first corner of the hairpin. Jules very patient and holding on to him throughout the first lap, and now is going to be very confident going for a Rouge. Whether he can get up with Paul di Resta and Felipe Massa. Now obviously he's going to use some of his curves to try and catch Paul di Resta. The Ferrari and the Force India, not the fastest cars in a straight line, but Jules is definitely gaining rapidly on di Resta. He's got look at that now, Button's overtaken Rosberg, but he goes up the inside, he keeps it clean, doesn't cut any corners, and Jules Bianchi has moved up to 8th position. Fantastic. Now as we go onto the pit stop stage on lap 5, Jules doing a great job getting into the pit, cutting it a little bit, just a little bit keen to get the pit stops straight in and underway. We've got 3 laps of fuel left over, so Jules now with Daniel Ricciardo just going past through. Ricciardo or Ricciardo, people have got different names for him, but Ricciardo needs to step up, I feel, for Bianchi, because I don't think Ricciardo scored any points in this championship yet. And there we go, guys, a 3-second pit stop. Finally they're setting decent pit stops. That's exactly what I wanted to see. 2.9s to 3s of the normal good pit stop on this game. Obviously I want to see sub 2 pit stops in the next game, but we'll have to wait for that. As we come out now, Romain Grosjean coming out with cold tyres. He goes around Grosjean and then he goes around the outside of Perez. Has there been some form of incident with them? They are shockingly slow for them 2 cars. I think they might have lost their front wing there. We'd have to go back and have a look, and if you guys can tell me, please do, because I did not notice. I remember in the race it was a bit of a weird one. But coming on to lap 9, Nico Rosberg has in fact jumped us in the pits, and Schumacher's behind us. Look at that. We have got great speed in this Toro Rosso with Bianchi. You've got Schumacher, and then there's a big gap, and then you've got your teammate there. But now Nico is going to have to defend very hardly against Jules Bianchi, because Bianchi has got a great car underneath him. 2/10 of a second there, and is Jules just going to go up the inside, brake a little bit later, get the curb, and I believe he's done it there on the hairpin. He could have waited for the DRS zone, but why wait when you can easily get past him? And Jules on lap 8 has got himself back into 8th position. Now Jules makes a silly mistake, gets his right side of the car, caught on the curb, and then he's now been overtaken by Schumacher and Nico Rosberg. But then later on lap 9, he keeps up with the cars, he's breaking away from Senna, so that just shows some good pace there. Just going up the inside once again, it seems to be his favourite place to go for the overtaking manoeuvre on Michael Schumacher, and that is a great manoeuvre done, but I can tell you he will not be able to catch up with Nico Rosberg because Nico just went away with it, but he will have to defend against Schumacher. There we go, he's gone off Nico, so clearly the Toro Rosso needs a few improvements. It's just Jules very inexperienced around every track is a new track for him, and fantastic race for him, getting ninth position, some great overtaking manoeuvres, a very interesting episode indeed, and I think Jules will be looking forward to coming here next season with whatever team he's in. The question is, guys, would you like me to pick a rival that Jules will go to, or would you like me to stay at Toro Rosso for a season and they'll upgrade their car and then see what Jules can do in that? I'd like to know your opinions on that. I'll have to consider all options of where Jules is going to go. And that is, look at the top four. Pastor Maldonado 4th, Felipe Massa 5th, 6th is Kimi Raikkonen, 7th is Mark Webber, 8th is Rosberg, 9th is Bianchi, 10th is Schumacher, 11th is Rosberg, 12th is Senna. As we know, Fernando Alonso set the fastest lap of the race and won the race, and I believe that Sebastian Vettel came second in this race. It was an interesting race. I have to say Jules probably had it. I enjoyed this race the most, purely because there was overtaking, good defending, and in general just great race to watch. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Jules Bianchi's Road to Red Bull. I know how I have. Romain Grosjean down in 21st and Petrov down in 22nd, so clearly there was some form of issue going on there. They must have had made contact. But guys, just like to say thank you for watching. My name is OTG as we look at the Drivers' Championship there. All British 1-2 at the top there in the Drivers' Championship. And I can tell you that our rival will be announced in the next episode. And let's just say it's going to be a big one. Thank you guys for watching. My name is OTG. I'll see you guys very shortly for some more news, views and information. And of course, more Jules Bianchi as Bianchi Week continues. Bye guys.